community athlete representatives. Special Olympics athlete leaders have the opportunity to become active members of their local community council. They can do this by applying to be a community athlete representative. The role of the community athlete representative is to provide a voice for local athletes on community councils and to help ensure that athletes in the community are participating in community initiatives. Athlete representatives should have the following qualities. They should be passionate about Special Olympics, have good communication skills, a positive attitude. Athlete representatives should also be organized, committed and responsible, patient. They should have strong listening skills, a desire to take on new challenges. Athlete representatives should be a respected member of their Special Olympics community programs, and they should be able to form their own opinions and communicate them clearly to others. Athlete representatives' duties might include getting feedback from community athletes about their interests, concerns, and wishes for their program, speak on behalf of the athletes in their community at the community council meetings, ensure that athletes know and attend community events, work with community council members to determine ways to spread awareness about Special Olympics, or speak on behalf of Special Olympics at local events or schools. Community athlete representatives must also understand and adhere to the athlete's rights and responsibilities, complete an athlete leadership program workshop when available, have access to email, and spend at least 10 hours every month on duties as a community athlete representative. As an athlete representative, it is your responsibility to attend community council meetings. While at the community council meetings, you may be asked to provide input on athlete issues, provide an athlete's point of view on topics that are talked about, or ask to have topics added to the agenda that you or other athletes that have talked to you would like to have discussed. As the athlete representative, it would be your responsibility to represent your Special Olympics community and act as a role model. Athlete representatives should introduce themselves to fellow athletes at events and practices, explain what your role on the community council is to your fellow athletes, and let your fellow athletes know about important information that was discussed at community council meetings. As the community athlete representative, you may be asked to represent your Special Olympics community at the following types of events: check presentations, sporting events like golf tournaments, NHL alumni games, OHL games, or Special Olympics tournaments. Fundraisers held in your community that benefit Special Olympics. These might include fundraisers that your community council arranges, as well as fundraisers held on behalf of Special Olympics, for example, law enforcement torch run events. You may also be asked to participate in interviews with local news stations. As an athlete representative, you may also be asked to lead health and nutrition discussions with other athletes, initiate fundraising ideas and awareness events, use social media to spread the word about Special Olympics and your experience as an athlete leader, be a role model for younger athletes as well as other members in your community. Let's take a look at what the athlete's rights and responsibilities are.
Special Olympics Ontario.
Athletes' rights and responsibilities.
My name is Robert Stevens. I have the right to belong to Special Olympics Ontario. It's my responsibility to uphold this oath and be dedicated to my sport and my team.
I have the right to be treated fairly and equally, and it is my responsibility to know the rules, follow the rules, and accept consequences of all my actions.
I have the right to speak and be heard. It is my responsibility to communicate with others respectfully and not to use any foul language or unkind words or unkind gestures.
Levon Palladian, Region 11, Toronto. I have the right to a qualified and dedicated coach who will respect my rights as an athlete. It is my responsibility to work together with my coach and respect his or her rights as a coach.
I have the right to enjoy my sport in a safe place and in a safe way. It is my responsibility to tell my coach or another person I trust if I feel unsafe.
Colleen Hunt. I have the right to be united in sportsmanship and fair play. It is my responsibility to treat others fairly, encourage sportsmanship and fair play.
I have the right to bring to events my personal items and my sports equipment. It is my responsibility to look after my sports equipment and report any theft or damage of my sports equipment to someone I trust. I will not take another person's property.
I have the right to be respected on and off the field or wherever I play my sport. It is my responsibility to respect others on and off the field.
I have the right to be the best I can be and to receive recognition for my successes. It is my responsibility to encourage and support others to do their very best.
I have the right to win, and if I cannot win, be brave in the attempt. It is my responsibility to have fun and participate in the sport of my choice in a safe and positive way.
Community athlete representatives must be nominated by a coach, volunteer, or other Special Olympics Ontario member. Athletes can also nominate themselves to be a community athlete representative. If you would like to become a community athlete representative, you could do one of the following. Speak with your coach about your interest in the position and ask them to nominate you. Speak to your community coordinator or athlete coordinator about your interest in the position and about next steps. Complete a community athlete representative nomination form yourself. To access a copy of the nomination form, please use the link provided in the course description. Athlete representatives are expected to attend community council meetings, work with the Community Council and Athlete Leadership Council, if applicable, to determine your duties on the Community Council, visit local practices and teams and introduce yourself to your fellow athletes, communicate with local athletes about their interests, concerns, and wishes for Special Olympics, and communicate the appropriate information back to the Community Council. Also, work with the Community Council to find new opportunities to talk about Special Olympics Ontario in your community. There are many benefits to becoming a community athlete representative. A couple of those benefits include having an athlete representative on council ensures local athletes are more supported. Local athletes will also have a stronger connection to their Special Olympics Ontario community. It will also allow athletes in the community a way to develop a better understanding of the Special Olympics Ontario organization. It will also allow stronger partnerships are developed between athletes, agency partners, schools, and municipalities. It will ensure that athletes play a key role in helping to create positive change, and that athletes are also able to develop and use their leadership, presentation, and communication skills. Special Olympics Ontario is committed to ensuring that athletes participate in all key areas of the organization through athlete empowerment initiatives. This commitment hopes to ensure that athletes are given the opportunity to participate in the Special Olympics movement beyond sports training and competition. Through athlete empowerment, Special Olympics Ontario hopes to help athletes experience greater control over their lives, put their thoughts into action, be personally responsible, and have some input in their local communities. It is Special Olympics Ontario's goal to include the participation of as many people with intellectual disabilities in running and spreading awareness for Special Olympics Ontario programs as possible. Thank you for taking this course on the Community Athlete Representative position. If you have any questions, please use the provided contact information in the description of the course.